me and my funding partner and my dear friend Alex, we're gonna speak about the parking industry. Parking industry as a whole is a mess. There are loads of partners like parking operators, parking payment apps, parking hardware manufacturers, and historically, all of these guys were working interconnected in a bubble, which created a huge mess in the industry and made the industry very slow to adapt to a change and to grow. Therefore, you can see it on some industry numbers. For example, it takes 6 to 18 months for a parking operator to launch on a new car park, which is a huge number considering how fast the world is changing. And this trend also affects users, because on average, a citizen in the US has to use 4 different parking payment apps to live a normal life. Therefore, we came up with FLOMO. FLOMO stands for Flow Mobility, and the goal of the platform is to connect all of the industry players, making it available and accessible for a parking operator or any player in the industry to launch a car park within just a few clicks. Literally 5 minutes, and your car park is connected to the world. And this is how it looks. It's a platform where you can just register, and 5 minutes after doing some setup process, you're connected. There are a lot of benefits. One of them for the parking owners and operators being an ability to cut down the costs and to launch a car park much, much faster. For the parking apps, for example, it allows them to focus on the product development and user generation rather than acting as a parking operator and securing the market with just signing a parking operation contracts, because at the moment there is no other alternative. And there are loads of other benefits as well. So to get the product in the market, we will start by signing the preliminary agreements with our first customers who primarily come from the network of our advisors. Then we will integrate the first technology that those first customers already use. And after we've got to the critical mass, we will just start increasing by using 2 strategies, push and pull strategies in parallel. We will focus on the North American market. There are reasons behind. I don't have time to explain it, but if you want to know, you can ask a question. Starting in Florida. This is a huge market. Parking industry as a whole is a huge market, and you will see that we will bite quite a juicy part of that. There are some alternatives, one of them being parking hubs, which exist for some time, but the key differentiating factor is that to sign an agreement with a parking hub, you still need to go through a manual agreement that takes weeks and very often requires custom integration. And if you do a custom integration yourself, that's very expensive, takes a lot of time, and it's non-scalable. So the reason why nobody solved it is because parking operators who've been in the market for many, many years struggle with digital innovation, and parking payment apps now have to focus on monopolizing the market because this is the only way for them to grow. Legislation is changing. In the EU, at the moment, they have already signed an act that will interconnect the industry, and US is in the process, so it is expected that the industry will change significantly in the next 5 to 7 years, and this is the right time to start. So not going to talk a lot about our roadmap, but we are on track to launching the product and signing the first agreements with our customers. We will make money by charging the parking owners and operators, but with using our tiered pricing model, but also in the future we might add transaction-based pricing. That's a founding team, guys with a huge experience in software development, product, entrepreneurship, and very importantly, in the parking industry as a whole. And we have US advisors, Steve and Kevin, who together form one of the largest network of parking professionals in the US and have notable success stories there. To finish, we will be raising money. We are actually starting right now. We need the money in order to complete the product and sign the first customers. This will allow us to get to $500,000 US ARR within a year. And we're raising 650,000 euros, which will come from multiple parties. So to finish, we've already done a lot of work with the MVP, with the first customers and advisors, and It's all getting started. So I would like to finish with a cheesy phrase, which Cyril actually told me some time ago. In the investment world, some investors invest because of FOMO, fear of missing out. We hope that this investment will come from you because of FLOMO. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Questions from the yes. Questions from the audience. Yes, Nikita.
Hello. Have you spoken already with potential companies that do parking? Are they okay? Because you're their biggest threat in the future.
So we spoke, we've validated it both in the EU and in the US with all of the parties involved. So parking operators are very happy about the product because it saves a lot of time and resources for them. Parking payment apps are not the first ones who will go on board, but as soon as parking operators start using them, they will pull the parking apps because it will be a requirement for them.
Okay, more questions from the audience? Any questions, any questions? If no, then thank you very much. Next up, I would like to welcome on the stage Jans from Hyperscan.
Hi, everyone. If you saw me at Tech Chill, look at this. I can walk now. I had crutches. Yes. Cool. Shall I begin?
Yes.
Hi. Again, Giannis from Hyperscan, and we're building an AI-powered company and people research tool. The problem today is that recruiters and SDRs spend countless hours manually going through lists of companies and people to build their short list. Let me give you an example from recruitment. Here's an actual case from one of our customers. Find the head of capital markets for a property tech startup. In these specific locations, France, Spain, and Italy, with real estate experience and debt financing experience. So far, so good. You can enter all of these into LinkedIn and just get a list of 780 people. Then the fun begins. They also needed to find somebody with a startup experience, somebody who's self-employed and had worked in multiple countries. Now that's something you can do only manually so far. That would take around 13 hours to complete. Our solution to that? AI. Replace manual research with AI-powered research. With Hyperscan, we can bring all of that list into our system through our extension. We can set the questions that we're looking for, such as, have they worked in multiple countries? Yes or no. The AI then extracts and structures this data for us in a nice table. We also enrich the profiles, combining the people and the company profiles for deeper analysis. And as a result, we can just pick the best matches out of that long list in a matter of minutes. Obviously, this is 5 to 10 times faster. You can go through way more profiles than you would have doing manually. And at the same time, we still keep the human in control, which is important. Our business model is simple. We're launching the SaaS model just about this month, charging different prices for plans based on the monthly amount of credits or people scanned or companies scanned. And of course, custom enterprise plans. We're going to market right now through cold email campaigns. 60% of our signups come through them. We have about 1% conversion rate, targeting small recruitment agencies as the first type of customer in the UK, Benelux, and the Nordics, expanding to North America and larger companies soon. Of course, some events in social and network as well. Attraction so far, we soft launched the product in January through an MVP. We made $1,600 today. On average, we have about 13% conversion from signups to paid customers. We have our first recurring customers, and the overall monthly growth has been about 95%. We are, though, changing that to the subscription model in June, so that's going to be the proper launch very soon. The market opportunity for this is huge. We went from bottom up and just tried to calculate how many recruiters there are and how many profiles they see every month. Just as a total addressable potential gross profit is about $1 billion just for this one vertical worldwide. And why is this happening is that in this process of finding leads and company and people, research has always been done manually because there was no way before the dawn of AI to do that automatically. So we're basically replacing a whole bunch of manual work with proper technology and tools. Of course, this is just the beginning. Our fuller vision is to go down that process, right? Cover the entire recruitment or lead generation process to build a fully powered AI assistant for recruitment, or SDRs. So right now we are nailing research, as that's the core piece of targeting the right person and the right company, but later we will add also company data into the system ourselves, add AI written messages, add AI-driven replies and meeting scheduling. So basically, when you can say, hey, I'm looking for somebody, you can get the first meetings in about 3 weeks without, not doing much. The team behind this, we've worked together since 2017, do business and code, engineers and business guys, from recruitment space, from data intelligence, from outbound sales. And yeah, we're open to a 150K investment in a convertible note as an early stage from our seed round that's coming up later this year. So if this is interesting for you, come talk to me. I'd love to tell you more. Thanks so much.
Questions from the audience? Questions. Yes.
Hey, can you please tell about the first customers you got? Why did they join? And maybe you can give some kind of from the customer side, some kind of idea what's the reason, what's the value that you bring to the market?
Sure. So yes, I'll try to pick a good quote. What we are able to give them is something that was not physically possible before. So I can give you another example, right? A customer came to us and said, I need to find people who've been at McKinsey & Co., right? Had done debt restructuring, were now into healthcare. That search is impossible on LinkedIn. Then we have another customer that says, specifically, I'm working with startups and I need to find people with startup experiences. There's no way to search for that using keywords on LinkedIn. So basically what they have to resort to is build their long list and then just go grind through them manually. It's a pain in the ass. So basically when they see this, they're like, oh, nice. I can get that done in maybe 30, 50 minutes, right, to set it up. And one final use case, interestingly, for the US market where there's a lot of diversity-based searches, things like, does this person have a female name? For software engineers, for example, to be proactive about the gender equality. Again, something you cannot do with LinkedIn, something you can do with Hyperscan. So it really unlocks a lot of value for them.
Yes, question?
How do you overcome the problem that LinkedIn doesn't like that you scrapping their pages? I have this issue when I was trying to build automated outreach in the sales.
Yeah, that's a very good point. So what happens under the hood is our extension only goes through the search pages. We don't scrape the data. That's illegal and not GDPR friendly. What we do rely on are 2 external services to take public data associated with those profiles and then combine them. So it's basically, that is fair game, also established legally, and yeah, LinkedIn is fine with that. So you got to be careful there, yeah, of course.
Okay,
yeah.
Yes?
Quick question, what's the exit strategy when LinkedIn, and not everyone decides to do the same?
Interestingly, LinkedIn doesn't seem to want to do the same. What they implemented right now is an AI assistant that basically builds the search for you, so you don't have to do the manual keywords and so on. So our exit strategy, it's a bit early to talk about it, but 3 potential scenarios. One is we are a very good integrator with CRMs and ATS systems that recruiters and SDRs use daily as a research tool. So that could be one potential exit route. The second potential might be maybe with LinkedIn itself, right? Building up this capacity and adding it to LinkedIn. And the third might be just going all the way, right? Building the AI-powered assistant and then seeing which of the tools that are currently bigger, like CRMs, for example, might be willing to just acquire us to have that new capacity.
Okay, thank you. We're out of time now.
Thanks so much.
Next up, I would like to welcome on stage team Zorion.
All right, hello everyone. I'm Laima. I represent Zorion today, and actually as a co-founder of international company, it's my first time pitching in front of a live audience. So that's amazing experience for me as well, and thanks a lot for the opportunity. So yeah, I represent Zorion. We are a fintech startup. We have developed a mobile application that enables retail customers to invest in investment opportunities that wasn't available for them previously. And currently our main product is pre-IPO assets, or how it's also called in the jargon, so-called secondary assets or secondaries. And we have obtained our license in Malaysia because based on our market research, we have found Southeast Asia and Malaysia and also Thailand very good target countries for such assets, because the investment opportunities for retail investors are quite limited. They are either on the lower return end or some high risky assets such as crypto, and the opportunity to invest in secondaries, it's somewhere in the middle, which is not normally accessible for retail, nor in the Southeast Asia, nor I would say in most other parts of the world as well. And also in terms of licensing, so in most parts of the world, it's not possible so easy to get licensed for private equity products to offer them to retail. So that's also another reason why we have chosen Southeast Asia, because that's possible, and we are able to do that. And moreover, we are able to solicit and accept customers from almost everywhere in the world, except from the sanctioned countries and some other markets for different reasons that we choose. Yeah, so these are just some of the companies that we have currently in our offering and our portfolio. We currently focus on the big, mostly B2C names that are more well-known for our clients, for our retail customers, such as SpaceX, Discord, Canva, Liquid Death, and others. Currently, I think our main selling asset is actually OpenAI, which was quite surprising because we thought it would be SpaceX, but yeah, now we have launched for about 1.5 months now in the market. After a little bit more than 1 year of preparation and licensing work. So we are sort of at launch stage startup, I would say, and very excited to gather the first market data, first insights, and first feedback from the real clients after this long time of preparation. Is it not working? Yeah, let me switch to the future plans. So as I mentioned, currently we have launched the pre-IPO, and our next future plans include both broadening our product portfolio and improving the application itself. As our next product, we are planning to add a passive income product for our users, with more flexible exit options that it's currently for secondaries, and also to give users more opportunities, we would be also offering a peer-to-peer platform inside our mobile app as well. Yeah, so our revenue model is purely transaction-based. We are charging for each transaction. If it's a buy transaction when a user buys from us, or if it's a peer-to-peer transaction, or we also offer a unique feature, which is buyback, depending on market conditions. So users can use this to exit as well. And yeah, I think as for most skip this. Yeah, as for most startups who are here, we are also fundraising, and we are open to discuss opportunities and tell more about us. Thanks. I think that's all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It was really great. It's not a question from me, but a disclaimer. Please be aware that investing in secondaries is a tricky game, and you have to understand what actually you are doing. Because LatBAN is not just a place where founders can pitch to angels. We must educate our fellows, and once again, secondaries is really tricky. Mostly because of uncertainty on the financial market, not understanding of what's the value of shares you're buying, is the real market price or not, and because of high as you saw it, the high commission, 10% on each transaction. I must say that it's probably very good for a startup, but it's definitely not so great for investors. Thank you.
Yes. Ansis, you were the first one.
Where do you get these secondaries from?
We have a pretty vast network, I would say. We are mostly working with US-based VCs and also other angel investors that are willing to sell or exit their positions.
It's not secondary exchange, it's some...
It's not exchange, it's mostly our own VC network where we can source them, yeah.
I saw two more hands. Yes?
Yeah.
I think you had a slide with competition, and I think competition in this field quite substantial, right? So, like, how are you comparing to others?
Actually, at the moment, based on our market research, we are the only one sort of platform who offers such low investment minimums, who is licensed and who can service retail clients. Because there are platforms who offer these deals, but they are not licensed financial service providers. Then there are platforms or services or web pages that offer secondaries, but it's for accredited investors only. And there are some services that are somewhat similar, but the investment minimums are way higher. So we are sort of in a unique position currently in the market.
Yes, one last question. Yes.
Can you go to the slide of how it actually works?
I'm not sure it's a 1 minute explanation. Let me... This is the shortest one. This one, yeah. So we have flowchart. Okay, so we have, this is us. This is sort of all our group. We have Zorion Technology, which is our license holder. Then in our group, we also have our Delaware Series SPV, where we buy and hold all the allocations, and also our headquarters and fund manager in Singapore. Then on the right-hand side, we can see the clients who interact with the licensed financial services provider. And this is the asset that they are buying. And on the other hand, our US-based fund deals with the sellers of the private companies. That's in a nutshell.
Thank you very much. We're out of time. A round of applause again. Next up, I would like to welcome on the stage Zsolt. Yes.
Hello, nice to meet you. First time here, first time pitch in front of a live audience as well. Typically it's a Zoom call, but I hope it works out. So yeah, my name is David Laces. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Zsolt, and the problem we are solving is that construction companies still think that it's 1995. So in case if you need to order a skip container, you need to order a portable VC, or buy some cargo materials, you need to call 10 plus suppliers, negotiate with each of them individually, hope and pray that everything arrives on time, and that you get the best price. So this results in just over 80% of construction projects over budgeted and delayed due to the reason that everything is not transparent, nothing is digitalized, and there's no planning ahead. And we are solving it by providing a one-stop solution for customers. It's a seamless app and a website where you can order a lot of services which revolve around job sites. For waste haulers and for service providers, it's a SaaS platform where you can manage your business digitally. Yeah, so we started with a beachhead service of waste removal, and right now we offer over 16 services, and we add up just more and more essential services every month. So the traction was great for us. We are in the third year of our operation. We already reached almost 3 million in GMV. Our business model is very simple. We have a take rate from the GMV which we acquire from the customers. And we have serviced over 5,000 customers already in Latvia and in Lithuania. So who are our customers? So mostly it's demolition, construction and road building companies, but also we service typical people like me and you who just might need one skip a year moving places, or just, I don't know, emptying your garage, or for whatever reason you need it, we will serve you. We have a very simple yet effective rollout plan, which already resulted in pretty strong results in Lithuania. So it's basically setting up everything digitally, which was not done before. With regards to the whole market, in the EU, it's over 200 billion euros just in construction waste. We are targeting countries which are the highest in generated waste per capita in Europe. The reason behind it is obvious, because the waste is there and we need to collect it. With regards to competitors, there are local competitors in Netherlands, in Sweden, some other countries. No big companies, no international companies. Good examples in the US, which already raised funds, closed the deals, exited. But we are basically the first ones to breach the market in the EU right now. I'll skip the roadmap. The team, myself, CEO, and our co-founder Robert, immense experience in waste management, over 20 years, exited a construction waste company some 6 years ago. The team is already there, tech people, GTM people. All we need is just to hire some local FTEs in the countries we are expanding to, and we are there to launch. So we are seeking €500,000 for expanding to 6 new markets, reaching hopefully 10 million GMV, and hiring people, improving product, implementing functionality, implementing offerings. Well, just developing the business as it is. So I thank you for your attention, and I'll be glad to answer your questions.
Questions? Yes, Gleb.
Yeah, you mentioned that you're going to work with both the private customers building a house or whatever, and with the big construction companies. Don't you think that the demands of two parties are so different that like focusing on both will lead you to nowhere?
Well, that's true to an extent. So, well, private customers is easy, fast cash flow. We are the easiest retail solution there. So they most likely are coming to us. With B2B, it's harder, but, well, there are some approaches we are using and some extra incentives, and due to the reason that we are providing our haulers with so much business, we get better pricing, which we can then deliver to them. So, yeah, those are two different markets, but we need to be in both of them. Thanks.
Other questions? Questions from the audience? If no more questions, then thank you again.
Thanks a lot.
Last but not least, before we head into the break, the team Eat in Hotels.
Hey, my name is Mikus. I'm co-founder of Eat in Hotels. Here's what you need to know. We are a marketplace that connects massive leftover capacity from hotels, those breakfasts, leftover breakfasts, spas, and like free space in the gyms, with consumers who look right now at those hotels as if they're these special places. They cannot go for simple breakfast or a spa. And we offer them some of the best deals in the market, up to 50% cheaper. We're starting with breakfasts, but slowly also adding spas, day stays, and other services. Now, for the past 6 months, since December last year, we've been able to reach
almost 2,000 customers. And we have basically sold more than 850 breakfasts. Now we have 14 hotels in Riga that you can use right now. In fact, you can just go to your Google Play or App Store, download the app right now, and you will have amazing experience tomorrow morning having this small vacation in a hotel with a business partner or maybe with your spouse or a friend. And also the tech side in the hotel is completely ready. So we have admin panel for the hotel where hotels can go and reserve those, sell those services and breakfasts, and they will see the bookings and everything. So everything is working cool. Now, our ambition, though, although we're starting in Baltics, is to get to 1,000 different cities, reaching 10 million customers all around the globe, to show that a hotel is a place not only to go when you're abroad or when you're visiting like some other city, but it's a place to go at any point in time. And you can do that simply the same way you have a Netflix subscription. So for the price of $9.99, a family can go to any local hotel and have amazing experience, this small vacation with the best prices in the market. We're doing what Airbnb has done and what Uber has done. We're tapping into a massive, unused amount of capacity, but we're doing that in the hotel industry. Our team knows this. Our team, Julia and Arturs, is here. You can look at them. Yeah. So Julia has more than 25-year experience in hospitality industry. She has built one of the most successful travel agencies in Latvia. Arturs, very experienced IT professional, 15 years in this field, building projects starting from very small budget to nationwide and global multi-100,000 euro projects. Myself, I have 18 years in experience in business, in sales and marketing and building startups. And Maxims, he has extensive experience in legal side, including working for Ernst & Young. Now, what we're doing now, we're looking for 350,000 euro investment to get to the next 2-3 cities. But what we need is not just cash. We need people who understand that this can be a massive unused amount of potential. And maybe we can change completely how the hotel industry works. If this sounds interesting, take out your phones, scan this QR code, and you can arrange a meeting with us. Thank you very much for your attention.
Questions from the audience? Questions. Yes?
A quick question. Have you been to US hotels? I mean, traveling quite a lot. You know, they go a little bit different way. They drop fully in the food side. Maybe you can turn it down as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much for like the suggestion. It's interesting question regarding the US in general, because in US is the only market where there are like competitors. In Europe, there are none. And in US, they are working and having like extreme success. So we see US market as a proof of the model that it works, and we're just doing that in the Europe. And there is no alternative. We see that we actually have like tapped on unused amount of like potential. And yeah, so, and we are basically bootstrapping. We have invested our own money to build the tech. 100,000 euros. It's not like our salaries. It's actual money paid for development hours, etc. And we're basically are already like successful in Latvia, and we're moving fast. And the investment would be very cool for going to other markets. But apart from that, we're very, very good now.
Yes, yep. Nikita.
I actually downloaded the lab before, so I had it. I take a look. So your prices are not that different from the prices that the hotels are offering, more or less. So if it's like 20 euros for the hotel, you offer about 15, it's about 14. That's the first. Second of all, they invest, this is the first question. What's the catch? I mean, if it's only €5 less, I will just pay at the hotel. Second question was about the financing. 350 is not a small number. Can you maybe explain a little bit why you need so much money if the app is already working?
Yeah. Thank you very much for the question. So regarding the pricing, actually, probably you downloaded it like a few months ago, because right now when you will download, you will see that we have a subscription. So people who are paying for the subscription, they will have, let's say, Radisson hotels in like Radisson Daugava, they will get for 10 euros instead of 20 euros in the hotel. For, let's say, like Wellton hotels, all of the Wellton hotels, they will be 40% cheaper. So instead of 20 euros, it will be 12. So there's like massive difference. This is one thing. And the second thing is that people don't, it's like very hard to go to a hotel and just ask like how much is the breakfast and stuff. Like people don't do that. And that was the reason why I told that hotels seem closed to the audience and you need to open it up. It's the same as that when you, like some years ago, you were calling the taxi companies and saying, hey, can you pick me up? Or calling to the delivery guys on the restaurants. The same thing. We're just changing that, and the difference is extreme. Just go to an app, like update the app, and just check it out, like right now. The second question, where we need the money, we actually slide for that. Here. So basically, as you know, that the biggest expense into going, so quick answer is that we need cash for going outside of Latvia. In Latvia, we're fine. We're just like growing with the bootstrapping method, which is good enough. But when you're going outside, you need actually money to onboard those people, so to get those users. We don't need to spend money for the hotels because the deal for them is like amazing, and they're just jumping on. We got conversation with 5 Tallinn hotels from online sales call, from one call. 3 of them said, okay, we're ready to sign the agreement when you're coming in. So get those hotels is not so hard, getting users is hard. And we need money for getting those users. That's the biggest chunk. But also still, when you're like adding additional services, adding additional markets, we need still to pay money for the development. It's not that you will just like build a bicycle, an app is ready, and now you can just do whatever you want. Like you need like extra stuff, and then the money is for that. Did I answer your question?
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
We're out of time, unfortunately. Yes, thank you. So, without further ado, I would like to welcome on stage Armāns, our own LatBAN member, representing AB Labs.
Good afternoon, dear LatBAN members and the guests. Sometimes it's nice to be there rather than just sit in a audience and ask nasty questions to the pitch guys. So those who don't know me, my name is Armāns and I'm the founding member of LatBAN, so 10 years in this organization. However, I've been dealing with private investment and startups for more than 20 years. Please don't consider today's presentation as the traditional pitch presentation. Please consider it as a more update on the status of our project, what we have done, what are our future plans, and welcome ask any questions. So, AB Labs. AB Labs I met 4.5 years ago in one of the pitch sessions at LatBAN. And at that time, I was searching for some investment opportunities, and I selected this organization, this company, high-tech company. And some of you I've been in organization for this time, know that my investment profile is such that I invest at the same time I keep control on my investment. And with that organization, I'm running the show. I'm a CEO, and I'm fully responsible what is going on, what has been done, and what will be done. So what do? We are developing alternative fuel solutions for low-emission mobility. What is the problem and where is the challenge? The problem is CO2 emissions. And the challenge is, in fact, that CO2 emissions worldwide are still increasing. Even there are a lot of policies, practices, technologies to decrease CO2 in transportation segment. As this slide shows, even in 2023, the CO2 emissions globally grew by almost 3% to 8 gigatons CO2, comparing to year 2022. This chart shows the CO2 emissions split by different means of transportation, and we can see that the main source of CO2 emissions is generating by road transport, and it is constantly growing. And even the projections for the year 2030 shows that significant amount of CO2 emissions within the transportation segment still will be generated by the road transport. What does Europe say? Europe says the following. This is a statement from one of the European leading documents in considering the alternative fuel strategy. It says that the future in Europe should be based on a comprehensive mix of alternative fuels. And alternative fuels means electricity, hydrogen, and alkane gases, which is LPG or CNG or its bioequivalents. So based on this statement, actually we are developing our technology and we are developing our products. During these 4.5, 5 years, based on technology, which I'll describe a little bit later, we have developed a series of products, where one product is designed for the transportation or vehicles with the engines, capacity up to 3 liters, which covers all the passenger transportation, light-duty vehicles, and so on. At the same time, we have developed another series of products for the big engines, which covers engines with engine displacement up to 18 liters, which covers the truck, buses, heavy machinery, and so on. These products can be used for both types of alkane gases, LPG or CNG, which are available at our gas stations. So the key point is that we have developed products. The smallest one is at TRL 9 technology readiness level. It is fully tested, fully designed. Prototypes are running. We have the first German customer. The small series will be delivered to him in the beginning of July. It is certified worldwide based on United Nations regulations and ready for sales. The other product which you see here, which is shown on this chart for the big trucks, is at the end of TRL 7, beginning of TRL 8. We still have to finish the field test and finish the international certification. So technology is such that actually our uniqueness is in the fact that our technology allows to mix diesel and alkane gas and burn these two components simultaneously in the combustion chamber of the engine. In order to do that, our technology is adding the water vapor. That is a uniqueness. Water vapor, besides the fact that it allows to burn these two components in the diesel engine, when you inject the water vapor into combustion chamber of the engine, the water vapor splits into hydrogen and oxygen, which means that we generate some hydrogen, which immediately burns together with oxygen and diesel and gas. This allows, first of all, to decrease significantly the diesel consumption of the regular diesel engines, significantly decrease the emissions, all kind of emissions, not just CO2, but all other emissions generated by diesel engines. And it allows to save fuel costs up to 50%. This is our practice on the cars we are running with this technology. Yeah. So just to finish my presentation, the status, as I said, we are the product, at least the smallest one, is fully developed, ready for going market. We are going for patents in more than 80 countries. This is a long and complicated process. At the same time, we have already received patents from various countries. There are some examples. The most privileged example is that we have a patent in the United States of America, which is technology and product patent. We have finished the international certification based on United Nations regulations, as you see here, number 10, number 67, number 110. And what next? Next is that we have our strategy for a short and medium term. As I mentioned, we go for test market with our R2 Power 3-liter product. We plan to start sales and implementation in Baltic country, in Germany and in Poland. We are going to finish the field tests for a big project, for a big product. Is there any market potential? Absolutely yes. Not just only European Union, but also worldwide, and we don't care. There are billions of cars equipped with the diesel engines worldwide. Do we need additional resources? Yes. And are we fundraising? Yes. And this is the first time when I make my presentation with the fact that we are raising funds. At that stage, we are planning to raise 500,000 with a valuation of 10 million. For LatBAN members, if there are interests, I offer 20% discount of the valuation and proposal valid for 30 days. Thank you very much.
Unfortunately, we don't have time for questions. You can take it after the event. But thank you again. And next up, I would like to welcome Aigars from B-Triton on the stage. And perhaps early investor Carlos would like to say a few words as well.
Maybe after I pitch. So continuing on the same actually topic of reducing emissions. So hi, I'm Aigars, the CEO and co-founder of B-Triton. We build fully electric amphibious RVs for the most sustainable and unique outdoor experiences. So roughly 1.8 billion people travel annually, and they're all looking for Instagrammable yet sustainable options that include doing things on water, land, and staying somewhere amazing overnight. Well, the problem is that most of these current modes of travel are either unsustainable, limiting in functionality, a bit boring, or sometimes expensive. So even the best specs come with problems, like boats can be noisy, they need towing, they need access to marinas, driving licenses, and they might not be affordable. Similar issues apply to campers, and cycling just needs an upgrade. So here's our solution, a product that combines an electric boat, a tiny camper, and an e-bike. So it's a fully electric amphibious RV that fits 2 adults, is simple to operate, and provides enough comfort to sleep both on land and water. B-Triton is perfect for a wide range of user groups, such as families with kids, couples, wildlife enthusiasts, adventurers. We've developed 3 MVPs. They're all market ready, starting at 9,900. All 3 of them you can see outside, and we can test them. So we have a full version, a simplified trailer version, and recently launched e-trailer version. So the main slide. So how the hell do we make money? So first of all, this is a rental vehicle, a floating hotel on wheels for 100 euros a day. So we produce the units at around 5K. We run our own rental fleet, producing profit in the first season because you can generate up to 10K in the first season. We scale by selling these units to rental companies worldwide at 100% markup. And the last step is that all these rental locations become service centers and sales centers and service centers for further B2C direct sales. So B-Triton has been a media magnet from day one. Organic PR is the way to grow for us. I think we are probably one of the most published Latvian startups. Based on that, we have more than 180 organic pre-orders from around the world with 23,000 strong fan base. We started production last year. We've built 7 units altogether. Next slide. Oh. We launched our own rental fleet, location last summer. It was fully booked without any paid promotion. We also delivered the first ever commercially sold B-Triton to a Swiss company who are our business partners on Lake Constance. They sell and rent a wide range of RVs, but RV companies are not the only ones interested. Boat rental companies, bike rental companies, resorts, campsites, hotels, adventure companies, tour operators, they're all interested in B-Triton. And we keep organically receiving emails and expressions of interest from all these companies, more than 20 to date, based on our website. So after establishing the first rental locations in Latvia and Switzerland, we plan to scale across Europe. We are 3 co-founders. Edgars, our CTO, comes from aviation background and is secretly developing a flying version, of course. We are 6 in total. As for myself, I cycled from London to Tokyo over 30,000 kilometers prior to coming up with this idea and starting the company. So we are proud that we've been funded by amazing 10 angel investors and also EIT Urban Mobility. But yeah, angels like Ragnar Sās, Taizo's son, and Latvian LatBAN members like Uldis Cērps, Kārlis Cērbulis, and a bunch of public grants. They all have been fueling our growth so far. Currently, we are fundraising 100 to 300K, a bridge round to build a rental fleet and test the business model at scale across Europe. We are currently live on one of the major equity crowdfunding platforms called Crowdcube. We at 32%, actually this is outdated, and there's 5K that's going to come in, so it's about, we are at 37% now. You can invest from 14 euros 28 cents. And obviously, we take angel investments in form of convertible note as well. So just to sum up, I mean, the due diligence is done for you. Kārlis and Uldis can provide reference. And we're one of the most visual and recognizable startups in Latvia. I think this is opportunity for you to support a product and company like us. So be bold and invest in B-Triton. Thank you.
Okay, so I was an early investor, have been an early investor in B-Triton. Considerations, one, of course, what Cyril said, you know, what's the most important thing we invest in? We invest in people, and I can absolutely qualify Aigars and his team. They are the real thing. Secondly, you know, what's one of the biggest and toughest and most expensive things to accomplish? It's marketing, worldwide marketing. B-Triton has probably the best PR, most extensive PR of any, or possibly all of our combined Latvian companies so far. They have a product, you know that, you can see that, you can test it. Of course, the big question is, it's a niche. So that's for you to consider whether, you know, but it's to establish a niche. You know, there is this blue ocean, red ocean strategies, so this is definitely, you know, pun intended, this is a blue ocean strategy. So it's an opportunity, it's different, very different, but there's many positives.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Carl.
We have time for 2 questions from the audience. Yes.
When you will fly?
Yeah, well, the flying version will come later. We have enough challenges to as they are. But of course, the 3 functions that we have now, I mean, you know, it's a big achievement for us to be able to charge money from people sleeping in the middle of a lake in Latvia during a storm, having traveled from Germany, Amsterdam, and it actually, you know, it's safe, and these are, you know, people with kids and all of that. So you know, it's already, you know, challenging enough, and it works. So we're super happy, especially the boat part. Unfortunately, we're slightly away from Daugava, but actually the boat part is the main thing that we're focusing. So flying will come, but I'd say a bit later.
Last question.
Is this vehicle qualified for public waters as well as a vessel?
It's a category D boat. So it's a simple, you know, under 6 meters, under 5 horsepower, pretty much. You can throw anything in the water and just go around. I mean, we've been in Copenhagen, Amsterdam, anywhere. We were just in Amsterdam in the middle of, you know, going past big tankers, and a water police came and said, dude, this is amazing, but, well, what is it? But you need an anchor light. And I'm like, well, you know, we have a retractable one. And he was like, okay, no questions asked, have fun. So yeah, it's easy, you know, and for such a small vehicle, and it's electric. Obviously, it's you know, a lot of regulations are for like heavy sort of combustion-based boats, but for us it's super easy. But we sold to Switzerland. We sold it as an e-bike, so sometimes you don't even have to tell that it's a boat as well. So it can be just a bike. We can pick and choose.
Thank you very much. Next up, I would like to welcome on the stage Anda from Fermentful.
Hello, dear angels. Good afternoon. I'm the new member of LatBAN. From many of or some of my earlier projects and intense discussions with the scientists, I do know quite a bit about the microbiome and its profound influence on the human health and well-being. So I do appreciate healthy food. I do appreciate food that kind of promotes the microbiome and health. In some time, I met Anda and Fermentful. I was impressed by the product. I was impressed by the taste, by the design. And very much I was impressed by Anda's resilience, energy, and passion for this project. So I said, okay, I will help you raise financing. And I talk the talk, walk the walk. I invested also some of my own money into this project, and I'm excited to see where it goes forward. Anda, please tell us more about it.
Good afternoon. My name is Anda Pank, and I am co-founder of Fermentful. Gut health trend will be bigger than plant protein. Let me tell you why. Before 20 years, we didn't think about gut food, but today we see that according to Google Trends, we are searching more and more for gut food, and the growth path is showing very similar pattern as searches for protein drinks. Also, science has shown us that gut is the key for our health. It affects our digestion, immunity, and massively affects also our mental well-being. Even Hippocrates, 2,000 years ago, said that all disease begins in the gut, and it couldn't be more true today. More than 40% of people worldwide are suffering from gastrointestinal disorders, and that massively affect their quality of life. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Fermentful, our solution to make gut health effortless and super delicious. We are filling a white space in the existing plant-based dairy category by providing and bringing into the market very novel fermented plant-based dairy beverage made out of green buckwheat. We tick all the boxes, but what makes us exceptional in the market is that our product is absolutely clean label with no allergens and made out of only organic ingredients. What we are basically doing, we are unlocking the full potential of green buckwheat superfood through scientifically validated fermentation process to achieve absolutely creamy, super delicious and gut-friendly product. At the moment, you may think, why green buckwheat? But it's a real deal. It's naturally gluten-free seed-like grain with exceptional nutritional value. It's allergen-free as well, and top of all, it's super sustainable. Even the leading US natural food supermarket chain has recognized green buckwheats. At the moment, plant-based yogurt market is worth 2.5 billion, and it's growing rapidly. By 2030, it's expected nearly triple. This is Team Fermentful. We are covering all essential parts of science, R&D, business development, marketing, and finances. At the moment, we have developed and launched in the market 4 amazing products. And our customers, they simply love them. So far, we have secured listings in the biggest retailers in Baltics, like Rimi, and in Austria, Bille. We have strong R&D in-house capabilities, and we are proud partners of EAT Food Network and Clever Accelerator in Austria. Within the next 18 months, we aim to achieve monthly sales of 250,000 product units based on the existing ongoing negotiation process with our partners in Poland, Austria, and Switzerland. To reach that goal, we are looking for seed investment 300,000 euros to increase our production capacity, enter in new markets with great brand awareness, and strengthen our R&D capabilities. At the end of the day, we want to make food that really fuels our body and mind. And we want to bring Fermentful in the market, not only in the European market, but beyond. And simply make gut health effortless and very delicious. Thank you very much.
Questions from the audience?
What is the shelf life of your product?
At the moment, we have achieved 3-month shelf life by maintaining all natural ingredients without artificial stuff inside. But at the moment, we are exploring opportunity to make encapsulated probiotics, which means that we could achieve even 6 up to 12 months, and shelf stability as well.
More questions from the audience? Yes.
How much does one cost?
In the retail shelf, around 3 euros.
Yes.
I have a nice presentation. What is your biggest challenge so far?
What is the biggest challenges so far? Well, the biggest challenges are to find the right partners to enter in new markets, in those big retailers. At the moment, we are very focused on the Austrian market because of Clever Accelerator, which is very experienced in this market. And also Polish market is very, very interested for us because of Żabka, which is our current focus.
Okay, one last question.
How are you selling? Via distributors or directly? And the second is, are you also planning to sell, how do you plan to sell to non-vegan, non-vegetarian?
We are already selling to people who are not only vegetarians or vegans, because people are taking care of their health and they know gut as a critical part for our well-being. So those scientific studies, they are popping up very much and people are aware of that. So it's not super hard to sell also like for regular people. If they taste our product, they also understand why they could easily implement the product into their daily life. But regarding our partners, we are cooperating directly with retailers. For example, with the Rimi, we have direct agreement with them. We are distribution partner, and we are like transporting goods to their warehouses. But abroad, we are looking and working with distributors. For example, in Switzerland, we have a distributor who is very well equipped and well known in fresh frozen food distribution.
One last question.
I'd like to
ask a question. Is this a prebionic or probiotic?
There are both.
Both at the same time?
Yeah, symbiotic.
Yeah, and what are the active microbiota there, which are you are aiming to tackle, and what is the components?
What are the microorganisms? Okay, there are a lot of them. I'm not going to call all of them, but there are lactobacillus and also bifidobacillus.
Okay, we're unfortunately out of time, and the rest of the questions will have to be taken later.
Thank
you very much. And last but not least, for today's pitch session, I would like to welcome back on the stage Ilmars from our previous panel discussion.
Okay, hello again. I try to a little bit entertain you because it's a last, and afterwards I hope will be discussions. So I am a little bit how all this happened. I am fifth time doing being entrepreneur. It's my fifth project. I have returned investor money 2 times with certain multiples, and also did 2 IPOs. I was organized, well, because of me, several of investors got a year prizes on exit or entrance in a business, or all kind of stuff. So just stick with me, things will happen. So, so augmented reality interface for artificial intelligence. So why all these words? Because this is what they make you think what it is, basically. So augmented reality being a big hype years ago. There are a company who burned 2.7 billion, if you remember Magic Leap, and delivered maybe for 200 million result. So everyone is shocked about the amount they really disposed. But that's America, you know. Everything is big on large in America, said Paul McCartney once. Yeah, so. And after that, of course, was a lot of disappointment, and everyone thought that's toxic market. So why is all that happening? This is a technology used for all the headsets on the market so far. Even Apple is using that technology. So it's single focal plane projection. It's optics invented by famous physicist in UK or England, Brewster, in 1840. So it's a while ago. So nothing new really in those. We have come up with different approach because we did these big volumetric displays, so we learned something. So we are able, actually we are the only company in the world who is able to do that. This multifocal projection, we have special optics for that. Case was actually a research before in Berkeley University in California with very famous scientist group, but there's a lot of advantages with that. Not going into technical details, we always, of course, do things that's needed by customers. There's no other point to develop stuff. And it's third-party validation of our achievements. Last year, 2023, we turned into defense. Before that, we were doing healthcare. Here, their names, we made Happy Striker, Medtronic, MedUp from Poland. That's a large US company. Well, actually, it's European, but it turned most business in the US. So we have a lot of evidence here. Consensus of your system has impressive optics, blah, blah, blah. That was said by Medtronic. However, government money, because of war, went away from healthcare to the warfighting or defense. So we kind of followed that trail. And we did first product last year for one of the large prime contractors in the market called Rheinmetall. Maybe you heard the name, I think every day in the news. So we did testing last year, and this official testing by UK Army was really very positive. After that, we signed, which was 2 weeks ago, we signed partnership agreement with Rheinmetall, so we're going to commercialize jointly our technology. So commercial value of that project is around 50 million for next 3 years, sorry. So, well, 2 times, okay, make stronger. These are the use cases. One of use cases is drone piloting. We have headset basically to understand what it is. Basically, this is something on your helmet. You just go down and you have very high quality image in front of you, like watching TV or watching cinema, basically. you need hands-free operation there, and you need very high quality image on a field. In healthcare, the names, I'm not stopping, maybe going into there. These all have tested our technology, and these ones are ready to use it. But right now, since they don't spend money on new stuff, it's kind of waiting for the better situation. And it's myself I'm selling as well. As I say, it's I'm fifth times in a starting business. I done actually most of Latvian production electronics is my result of my work, really. About 500 jobs and everything which, well, 2/3 of what exporting Latvia is made in my factories currently. Yeah, true. That's about it. I see the great opportunity. So why I'm here? We are expecting a Series A funding around August, September, because there's some market situation and that public money will be released and not around those months. We still need a little bit of bridge money to get there. So we're talking about around 200K that we're looking from angel investors or any supporters. Thank you very much.
Questions from the audience?
Anyway, for those who are thinking, maybe it could be you could be supporting, we would organize visit to our office, we'll demonstrate technology for you, maybe next week or week after.
Yes.
Is it patented technology or?
We have around 19 patents. We have a very strong patented portfolio of inventions. There's a lot of optical inventions. I didn't put a slide here, but this is big portfolio. Mostly US patents.
Yes?
What's the price for the product when you're selling it?
It's quite high. We are talking, it would be probably 5 times more expensive than the Apple product.
Well, how much? Okay, so it will be worth like this, 10 to 15K?
Something like that. It still depends on a function or a set of sensors you're building and a use case, how large it is. But it's that level. It's 5 times Apple. No one complained about the price so far. We're discussing the end users.
Other questions from the audience?
So if you're selling for 10 to 15K, like how much does it cost for you to manufacture?
We at least consider production cost being below 50% of the volume sales price. We are talking price to prime contractor. It's not end user price, basically. So quite high margin for hardware product.
Okay, I guess no more questions for today. Thank you very much again. And that's pretty much it for today's event. It's been a long day, so feel free to grab the rest of the drinks, and you can access pizza, so have nice drinks, have nice food, and have nice conversations. Thank you.